Okay, so Frieza has now attained a new level of power, but is he on the level of Beerus yet? But before I explain quite how strong these two are, be sure to do me a favor, drop a like, subscribe if you like more content like this, as well as check out our Discord server to join in on weekly debates and community events. And let's jump straight into it. Okay, so in order to determine exactly how strong Black Frieza is, we need to analyze who Frieza has actually managed to fight against here, right? In Dragon Ball Super Chapter 87, Frieza barges in on Goku and Vegeta, who are in the middle of fighting Gas, and one-shots all three of them. I already made a video talking about Black Frieza if you want more information on this form in particular, but essentially the Gas he was facing was the most powerful person in the universe, in the 7th universe. So the Heaters essentially made the same wish that Granola did to become the most powerful in the universe. But there are a few catches to this. First of all, we don't really see the Heaters perform the wish, but we know that they made the same wish as Granola, as it was mentioned multiple times that Gas is now the strongest in the universe. Gas himself also mentions to Granola that any abilities that he gained, Gas also acquired. Now secondly, much that was said to Granola by the dragon also applies to Gas as well. And that is that the wish does not include the gods themselves, right? Notice the statement in the phrasing when the dragon is speaking to Granola. He essentially mentions gods as plural and the universe as singular, meaning that this only should apply to warriors in Universe 7, but the gods are not a factor here, right? Gods plural because although there's not more than one god of destruction in the 7th universe, it does include the Kais and stuff, but they're just not included, so we're not talking about them. Basically, whoever's the strongest fighter, he is now stronger than them, not including any of those Kais, god of destruction, all that stuff. Now, this signifies that although Granola is now tremendously powerful, he's likely not quite as strong as Beerus yet. Otherwise, the wish would have included the gods. So basically, this Gas was stronger than Granola, who was more powerful than Goku and Vegeta. It's also important to note that this Goku and Vegeta I'm referring to are the Mastered Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, which are much stronger than the variations of themselves that we saw in the Tournament of Power, because as we know, they continue to go stronger with every single arc. They completed more training, have undergone the entire Moral arc, and the Ultra Instinct is much more refined with its training with Beerus in the space reminiscent of the Hyperbolic Time Chamber, as well as its continued training with Whis after the Moral arc, and Vegeta's entirely new transformations that he even himself states he gets stronger as he fights with it, right? That coupled with the fact that he now has the ability to use Hakai, or the power of destruction, signified by the earring given to him by Beerus. Now the reason why these are important is because it should logically put them a step above what we saw Jiren perform. Now this is again crucial because there were multiple occasions where Jiren was stated to be above his own universe's god of destruction, Belmod. Now this is actually where I think many of us will see a divide in how we come to our conclusions here, so I'm going to try to clear this up as much as I can. If Jiren was above Belmod, bro, I'm gonna butcher this guy's name so much, so just forgive me, but
Belmod.
So if Jiren was above Belmod, how does Beerus pair up against him? So some people try to put Jiren above Beerus because we stated that Belmod was stronger than Beerus, but Beerus quickly shot this down as he stated that this was just in an arm wrestle. Whis is typically seen as a pretty reliable source, but this may have been just him teasing, along with giving Goku and Vegeta an incentive to go stronger, kind of like the Monaka thing that they had going on. Beerus also managed to dodge and hold his own against several other gods of destructions as well, all trying to attack him at once, while providing his own counters, which kind of shows that he's on the upper end of the god of destruction scale, and we haven't even seen him go all out yet. So I'm not gonna lie, it does seem like the writers keep buffing Beerus's power every time they seem to get close, but he shouldn't quite yet be surpassed yet, as is quite evident at this point in time, at least by Goku and Vegeta and some others. So a moderately recent example to this is when Goku states that Broly is probably stronger than Beerus, but if you really think about it, that doesn't really make sense, because now they're much stronger than the power that they demonstrated in the movie, since they've now undergone more training, a new arc, a new form. Vegeta's still weaker than Granola, and Gas is still stronger than Vegeta. And all of this is apart from the gods, right? So it's likely there's still gods that are more powerful than this in Universe 7, so again, most likely referring to Beerus himself. Another indication of this disparity is how he treats Vegeta right before Goku and Vegeta arrive to planet Cereal, around chapter 70-71, I believe. From a narrative standpoint, it seems as though Vegeta still has a lot to learn, as Beerus is still kind of sitting there, reading a comic, you know, not giving him too much attention, and trying to make sure that he masters Hakai. So let's take a step back and look at exactly who is stronger than who, right? Gas is above Granola, who is above Goku Mastered Ultra Instinct and Vegeta Ultra Ego, who is above Goku in the Tournament of Power, who is above Jiren, who is above Belmod. So they are on the level of the gods, and that's quite evident. It's very difficult to take down and counter. But Beerus himself is still yet to be overcome. But where does Frieza fit in all this? Because he's also above Gas, who he one-shotted, so who's stronger than who? Well, technically, we can't really answer this question as of now, because we don't really know the upper limits of either of their power, but we can certainly speculate. I mean, we've only seen Black Frieza in one chapter, but he did really make quite the entrance, so logically speaking, it would make a lot of sense if Black Frieza were to be stronger than Beerus, because in 4 months he was able to go from the fodder level that he was in the Frieza saga to the level of Super Saiyan Blue, which would be nearly impossible in that short of time for basically anybody else to accomplish. Even the Saiyans themselves, they haven't reached that power in that short of a time span, but they definitely have grown exponentially since the Frieza saga, but it took a long time for them to reach that level of power. Then you take this Frieza and you give him 10 years worth of training on top of that, and it shouldn't be too much of a surprise if he's now surpassed Beerus, given the fact that they've already been on Beerus' tail for a while now. Logically it makes sense, but narratively I do think the writers are still trying to keep Beerus in the horizon, and I think Beerus is still stronger because I don't really think that that's an obstacle that's meant to be surpassed anytime soon. But it would definitely be a great fight to see. Again, there's no concrete evidence that Frieza will be able to beat Beerus, but he was able to basically one-shot the most powerful versions of the characters that we've seen so far. So most likely Beerus would be the winner of this fight. I actually think that the story of Dragon Ball has become a little bit too lighthearted and needs to bring some real stakes to the plot, so I think a great way to do that would be for Frieza to actually kill Beerus and become the next God of Destruction. Because if you think about it, I mean, every arc needs their own stakes, and in order to not be too repetitive, we need to see something change, and I think that would be the wow factor that we're looking for. I mean, many Dragon Ball fans are actually older fans that have been with the show for a while now, so I think it would be quite the dark turn that I think that would really keep people captivated, because I know that's something that Dragon Ball Super struggled with a little bit, especially like towards the end. I mean, they tried to bring the stakes with the Tournament of Power, but we kind of knew where that was going to go. We kind of, everybody in the back of their head knew that Universe 7 was going to win. They had a little bit of stakes in the Goku Black arc, which was very nice to see, but I feel like they've significantly toned down over a period of time, so I think that having Frieza kind of do that, I mean, what else is he going to do that he hasn't yet already done or attempted to do? You know what I mean? Anyways, let me know who you guys think is currently more powerful down below and why. I'm very curious to see what debates arise in our Discord server. So definitely, again, if you haven't joined the Discord server, be sure to join that right now, because we have a bunch of weekly debates and community events. So if you guys like more videos like this, be sure to like, comment, subscribe for the algorithm. And if you made it this far in the video, I really appreciate it. And if you want to continue to support the channel, be sure to cop that hoodie, and I'll catch you in the next one.